On now, over 26 million Canadians are eligible to vote in general elections this Monday. Now, the turnout is expected to be higher than usual after an intense and close campaign. To speak about that, we have on the line now Pablo Godoy, who is a labor unionist there from Toronto. Hello, Pablo. Thanks for joining us. Now, current Prime Minister there, Stephen Harper, he's a conservative. He's been in office since 2006. And he's running for a fourth mandate. He could be the first Canadian Prime Minister to achieve that since 1908. What, in your opinion, have been some key points of his first 4 terms in office?
Well, thank you for having me. I think there's quite a few interesting points, I guess, it might be the best word to use when it comes to his time in office. What we've seen is the increasing of surveillance state through the implementation of some laws like Bill C-51 that are kind of question our safety, our security, our privacy as citizens. We've recently seen the signing of a new trade agreement, the TPP, which the Trans-Pacific Partnership, which Canadians at this moment have very little information about and are quite curiously awaiting details, as we've heard some information but not all of it. In the past couple of years, he's also prorogued government when there was important debates to be had. Over his 10 years of office, there's been quite a downturn in Canadian economy in terms of unemployment rates, in terms of employment rates. We know that we've gone through a global recession, one that we're still not necessarily quite out of when we look at, our gross domestic product, when we look at how much families are earning, when we look at who's benefiting from Stephen Harper in power. So, I mean, his time in power has been plagued with controversy, with scandal as well. And I believe right now there's a lot of fear-mongering that the Conservatives are using to rally, I guess, their support and to divide the citizenry, right? I mean, they're using a lot of conversation around Islamophobia to really I guess you could say instill fear in people, in the masses. And that's kind of been his status quo in the approach of the Harper Conservatives in the last 10 years.
Well, it sounds like you're not much of a Stephen Harper supporter, so let's talk about sort of the main opposition there. So this has surprised some people. They're starting to lead in the polls, the Liberal Party. We have Justin Trudeau. He is a son of former Prime Minister Pierre Trudeau. At the front of the party there. What is the Liberal Party putting forward? What are their ideas?
Well, the Liberal Party has put forward some proposals to deal with repealing or turning back the clock in terms of old age security, the ability to retire for, I guess, people that are at retiring age. I guess I didn't mention, but one of the changes as well to that was that you have to, in Canada, you have to now wait till be 67 to get a top-up of your pension eligibility through old age security. The Liberals are proposing to turn that back. They're also, with the Syrian crisis, or what's termed or deemed to be the Syrian crisis here in Canada, is they're proposing to take in 25 Syrian refugees. But some interesting information is that the Liberals don't necessarily have that different of a track record when you look at the laws that they've supported along the way, including, being supporters of Bill C-51, which is often referred to as a terrorist bill, but really does more to damage our security and privacy, as well as supporting Bill C-24, which actually allows the state to actually repeal citizenship for refugees, which is problematic if nothing else in terms of law. In terms of, Indigenous rights, they've claimed that they'll be supporting the Reconciliation Act and try to invest in Indigenous communities. That remains to be seen in terms of whether or not it's doable or something that's more than a campaign promise. But there is a slight difference, I would say, in terms of what the Liberals are proposing.
Well, it appears that they could win the most seats there. We will wait and see. Pablo Godoy, thanks so much for joining us for your insight as we wait for the results there in Canada.